Hello students and welcome again. Let us continue our discussion on inheritance and implement this UML class diagram. Remember, we assumed in the previous video that your task as a programmer in the clinic information system team is to develop a class to maintain information for patients and another class to maintain information for doctors. And since you already developed a class for a persons that has the general characteristic of patient and doctors, these two new classes are going to inherit from the class person, or they are going to extend the class person. So what we are going to do here is that the patient class going to inherit from the class person, or we call it extend. So patient going to inherit from the class person or extend from the class persons all the public member of the class person. And what we're going to add is simply to define these two fields, admission date and discharge date, and we're going to also implement set admission date and set discharge date, and we're going to determine the length of stay based on these two dates and determine the difference, and then override the toString method in order to return a string that has information about patient. And for the doctor, we're going to define a specialty field, and we're going to have one setter and one getter, and again we're going to override the toString method to return a string to represent the information of doctors. So let's get started. As you can see here in the screen, this is the code that we have developed for the class person, and now we're going to create a new class doctor in order to inherit from this class all the public members defined in this person class. So this is here a class doctor, and we said that we need this class to inherit from the class person. So how can we do this in Java code? We write here the keyword extends the class person. This is what they mean by a class doctor is going to inherit from the class person. And we're not going to repeat the code and define all the members that we need to inherit from the class person. We just need to define only the specific field and specific method related to doctor's class only. So I will define here a new field called specialty of type string. And now I need to implement the method set specialty. So I defined here a public methods set specialty that retain void and take one parameter s and initialize it to my field specialty. Now I need to define get specialty. So as you can see here, we have defined get specialty that returns string and return the value of our private field specialty. Now we need to define the toString methods in order to return a string represents the information of this class or the instance of this class. So what I need to do here is to return a string that consists of the information about the person, which is the first name, last name, and the age, in addition to the information or about the specialty of this doctor. Remember that the person class has its own toString method. We define it here, and this toString method return the string that has the name and the age. So what I need to do here for the class doctor, I need to call this toString method. Inside the toString for the doctor class, I need to call the toString in the person class, which is the parent class. So now there is a new keyword that you need to learn. We call it super. So now I need to have my string. First I need to define a variable for, or a local variable for my string that I need to return. I need to call it output, and the value of this output going to be first of all the information from the person. That means I need to call the toString method from the parent class. To do so, I'm going to use the keyword super to represent the parent class, to represent the person class, and then I need to call the toString method from this parent class. So this method call, we're going to print the information from the person class, which is again the name colon get name, and the get name going to return first name followed by the last name, and then a new line, and then going to have a label age, and then we call the get age to return the age of the person. Good. So now I here have this information. I need to go for a new line. So I'm going to add \n, and now I need, after this information, to show or to return specialty for the doctor. And here I'm going to concatenate it with the local fields. Now my string is completed, and now I'm ready to return this string, and I call it output. This ends the implementation for the toString. Again, just I need to show you that in this method we called the toString method from the super class or from the parent class. In order to do so, instead of writing here the class name, which is person, we write the keyword super, and then dot, we're going to call the toString method from the parent class. This finished my implementation for the doctor class. Now I need to test it. Again, we learned that I can add here the main method to test this class. So let us go ahead and add a main method. And in this main method, we're going to create an instance for the doctor class, and give it first name, last name, and the specialty for the doctor, and then try to print this information. So in this line here, I define a new object. I call it someone of type doctor. Next, I need to initialize value for the first name and last name for the doctor. And notice that here I don't have a set method to set first name or last name. But remember, this class inherited these two methods from the parent class. They inherited this public set first name and another public set last name. So this instance here, that someone going to have access to this method. So we're going to call this method in order to initialize the values for the first name, last name, and year of birth. Again, look at these three lines. I used my object of type doctor, someone is an object of type doctor. And notice that here I'm calling the method set first name. This method is not defined here in this class. However, it has been inherited from the parent class, so it's now accessible, and I can use it in order to initialize the first name, last name, and also set the value for the year of birth. Now I need to give value to my local variable here, the field that we defined as a specific field for the doctor class. So I'm going to use the same object, I have it here, and I'm calling set specialty. I defined here the specialty for this instance of the class, pediatrician. And now I need to print the information that I have initialized for my object using system.out.println. And this is what I did. I just mentioned the object name within the println method. Let us go ahead and run this code to test the setter and getters, and also to test the toString method that we defined here. Good, so this is here the output from our execution. Notice that here this toString first of all going to print the information about the superclass, and the information from the superclass is printing this information, name, which is the first name, last name. I added James Smith, and since we add the year of birth 1970, it gave me the age 50 from this toString methods, and then we concatenate this string by the specialty, and here it says that the specialty is pediatrician, and this to indicate that my code is successfully implemented.